A lot of people ask us what tools we need to use in order to become an ethical hacker. Well, it's important that you receive permission first, and we've already talked a little bit about that today. But some of the different phases of an ethical hacking or penetration test will involve the following. Things like scanning, being able to gain access, maintaining access, and then clearing your tracks. Each one of those can be broken down a little bit further. Scanning, there's a pre-attack phase where you're going out and actually looking for the specific information that can be gathered during reconnaissance. Next, we'll go out and scan for popular ports that may be open using network mappers or ping tools, maybe vulnerability scanners. And then we'll try to extract as much information like live systems, ports, operating system details, or systems uptime. The next hacking phase is gaining access. So now that we've done a little bit of scanning and reconnaissance, we should be able to obtain what kind of operating system or application the computer or network is using. And gaining access from that point would be able to land us on the operating system level or the application or network level. From there, we can try to escalate privileges to obtain complete control of the system. And from that, we need to be able to use password cracking techniques, maybe buffer overflows, denial of service attacks, or things like session hijacking. Once we're on the system, then it's time to see how can we maintain access. So can we gain ownership of the system? If so, then can we plant a way to phone back to us, like a backdoor or a rootkit or maybe a Trojan? From there, maybe we can upload or download or maybe manipulate any type of data, applications, or configurations that are on the owned system that we have with the intent that we can launch further attacks. And then finally, the last phase that we're going to jump into really quickly is the clearing of tracks. What can we do to make sure that we don't get caught? Again, from an ethical hacking standpoint, how can we hide the malicious acts? How can we make sure that we continue to have access to the victim's machines and remain unnoticed? And from that, be able to find out where the logs are to either suspend or overwrite the logs to avoid any type of suspicion. So one of the most popular ways that you can do footprinting is through using search engines. Asking Dr. Google to extract information about a target, like what type of technology platform it's using, employee details, maybe looking for login pages. You can go in and actually use Google in an advanced search operation and be able to get complex queries to be able to find, filter, and sort specific information about a target. So using search engines is definitely a great tool for an ethical hacker. Another easy way that an attacker will go out and gather information about a target will be on social networking sites, things like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and the like. We can also go out to places like Twitter and use tools like PIPL, Intellius, or Spokio to allow us to gather intelligence on a target. One of the easiest ways for us to find information about a company when we're going through and been paid to do an assessment on that company is to go out to their job site to see what exactly are the jobs that they're looking for. Is there any hardware listed? What about software? So going out to different job websites like Indeed.com, Career Builder, Dice, LinkedIn, or Monster is definitely something to think about when you're going through footprinting a network. We can determine the operating system using tools like Netcraft or Shodan or any other things that may be available within the Kali Linux distribution. If you're not familiar with that, you can check out one of our other courses. If it's a website that is interesting that you want to find out information about, you can use tools like Burp Suite or Peros Proxy, maybe something like Firebug or WinHT-Track to download the entire website. If scanning wireless networks is in the mission, then you can use net scanning tools like Superscan or OmniP, things like Megaping or IP Scanner, maybe Fing or HackCode on Google, Xanti, Csploit, FaceNif, and PortDroid are other things that you can look at as well. Really, some of the best tools in the tool belt are tools that can help with cracking passwords, escalating privileges, executing applications, hiding files, and then covering our tracks. With cracking passwords, that's one of the reasons why you hear people always tell you to try to have a robust password. So password cracking tools like Cain Enable, Windows Password Recovery Tool, Hashcat, and others. Finding vulnerabilities and exploiting the vulnerabilities allows you to remotely execute applications like things like keyloggers and other things that can dial back to you. Maybe you can implant spyware or drop a rootkit. But usually it requires us to get somebody to click on something. Once they've clicked on the malicious payload, then the attacker gains access to the system and can release the hound.